You're listening to the Michigan Speaks podcast, an urban look into politics and policy.
This is Lacey Dawson, resident of the city of Detroit and advocate for democracy.
I'm Melanie McElroy, and I work on voting rights and election protection for Michigan Voice.
I'm Jay Johnson Jr., and I am a contractor, currently contracting with Michigan Voice, and am honored to do so.
Yay! We love having you, Jay.
Great. It's good to be loved, to be had. That was terrible.
It was terrible, but, democracy can sometimes be terrible, and that's what we're working on.
That's true.
Making things not so terrible.
We've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time. I think because as long as I've been at Michigan Voice, it's felt like the partners are all over the state, and we don't get to talk to them face-to-face very often, and they don't get to talk face-to-face with each other. So I thought it's a really good idea for us to do some kind of video, audio project so that our partners and activists in communities around the state can learn about each other and what they're working on and hopefully find new ways to support each other. So thanks for letting us do this, Lacey.
Yeah, I think it's a cool idea. And with everybody's busy schedule, a lot of times it's kind of hard to read up on all the information and all the issues that are going on across the state, in certain cities and across this country. So we wanted to put together content that would help people who would initially just be interested in finding out more information around issues like the water crisis in Flint, or issues like how elections are administered or what voter protection looks like in the state of Michigan. I think it's important that, we give people all kind of options on how they can receive information. And this is one vehicle to do that I don't think that progressives and or folks that are activists use all the time to its fullest extent. So I think this is going to be a great medium for us to get information out about democracy, but more importantly about our partner organizations and the great work, the tangible work, and the kind of hard-hitting work that they do on a daily basis when nobody's watching.
I think we also forget that there's a lot of expertise within the movement and within our partners, and one of our goals will be to track folks down so that they can do instructional videos, teach us about different policy that pertains to them, and other things that I think we could learn from each other, but instead we tend to go to national experts or paying people to come in and train folks. But we've got a lot of expertise, I think, right within our partner base in Michigan already, so I'd like to really tap into that.
Yeah, tapping into that is important. And I think also there are some wins that we have that in small communities we don't necessarily talk about. So like yesterday, we were able to go into Battle Creek and we met a group of phenomenal activists there that have been living there for years. And they don't often get their stories told by, the mainstream media. They don't often get highlighted in larger newspapers across the country. And so sometimes we need to really just focus that on things like we win. Every now and again, we do have some wins. And sometimes winning is just coming together and understanding the fight. So I'm really excited that we will be able to give additional voice to the voiceless, but also additional recognition to those who receive tiny support, but do a whole host of really great work. So I am excited and really looking forward to a lot of content and looking forward to the leadership on this project to turn Michigan Voice into all the voices that it actually is made up of.
And I'm looking forward to making it all look and sound very entertaining and presenting the information in a way that is very consumable to our audience and to those who need to hear it.
If it weren't for Jay, Lacey and I would just be sitting in my office talking at each other, like we have been for a number of months, about doing this project without actually doing it. So I'm glad that we have you, Jay. And I would also add that if folks have ideas on topics that we could cover or experts that we could talk to or organizations that would want to do a video or podcast for us, there is a contact us section on our website, michiganvoice.us. So let us know.
Yeah, and that funky website that we have was actually designed by Jay Johnson Jr. We're very excited about the content, and please definitely check out MichiganVoice.us. There'll be a lot of tools on there that individuals, groups, organizations are encouraged to use. We'll try to populate as much material as we can to really help folks understand what is actually happening in democracy reform, elections, etc. This is a very pivotal year in the state of Michigan. We're going to have a lot going on. And, I say Michigan votes. I say Detroit votes. I say Battle Creek votes. I say Grand Rapids, Flint, Pontiac, Canton, all of these great cities that make up this mitten that folks are going to come out and they're going to do their due diligence in voting. But we want to make sure that people are making educated decisions. We're nonpartisan. We are a C3 organization, but we believe when people are given the right information and the ability to make up their own minds, that they'll do so in a very concrete and valuable way. So we're hoping that what we give to everyone will be something that is very useful. And let us know what you need, and we'll see if we can get it. If we can't, we'll have Jay look for it. He usually works a lot of magic.
Jay, how does it feel to be the man who brought Michigan Voice out of the dark? You've given us a website, you've given us awesome graphics, you're going to give us audio, video content, and our partners will finally be able to interact with us regularly and see what we're up to.
Well, it feels great. I'll say that I've brung a few businesses out of the darkness, and frankly, even some businesses out of the Middle Ages. But doing this for an organization like Michigan Voice is a lot more rewarding. Getting to see the fruits of your labor, it makes me feel like, just partnering my creativity with a message that's actually worth being spread instead of just trying to sell something. It's something that I really like, and I think I'm going to continue to do, like work with nonprofits and kind of social justice organizations.
Awesome. Well, we are happy to have you.
We are most certainly happy to have you, and look forward just to some great things. So thank you all for being part of our team. I want to thank Jay and Melanie for your persistence in making this happen. And please be looking forward to some really, really good content. It's going to be great stuff.
Thank you for listening to the Michigan Speaks podcast, presented to you by Michigan Voice. For more information about Michigan Voice, head over to our website at www.michiganvoice.us.